Here we are. It's the 8th of July. I can't believe 4th of July week's already over. We are a week into the second half of the year. We started out the second half of the year with interest rates improving, and then they got worse. So we're back up some. Interest rates moved up quite a bit, and it's actually creating the biggest misunderstanding that happens in the mortgage world. And that is every single week on Thursday, there is a survey that is published. The results of a survey are published that says the Freddie Mac weekly interest rate survey, and it talks about what the current mortgage rate is. Yesterday's headline said interest rates have dropped more in the last 7 days than any 7-day period in years. Well, that's true, except for the fact that on Wednesday, interest rates had gone back up. So by the time that news had hit on Thursday, the news was old news. It didn't exist anymore because the survey is based on the last week of average interest rates. And the survey results are tabulated on Monday and Tuesday. They're released on Thursday. In this case, this week, Wednesday, the Federal Reserve provided their minutes, their notes of the conversation regarding what they talked about a few weeks ago in their meeting. And there was some concern about that. There was some concern about, hey, it sounds like the Fed's wanting to fight inflation, but we're kind of worried because they're really talking about raising rates quite a bit. And that's going to hurt our credit cards. That's going to hurt our home equity loans and lines of credit. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty, which really goes to what I'm telling you that we're dealing with right now is volatility in the short term. But if you think about the long term, the short term volatility doesn't matter. You're not going to remember 10 years from now whether you got a rate at 5.25 or 5.75, because the reality is a year or two after you got that rate, it's likely you refinance to a lower rate. Ask anybody today who bought their home 20 years ago. They're kind of proud of how high their rate was. Man, I bought a house at 10% interest rate. Who cares? I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but who cares? Like that's what happened years and years and years ago. You're going to create a legacy for your family, building wealth and stability by being a homeowner, by getting a tax deduction, by getting appreciation over time. And appreciation is going to continue, in my opinion, because we still have a housing shortage. I've done many, many videos on this about why this is the best time to buy, and it's absolutely the best time to buy. So I'm going to remind you, if you are a first-time home buyer and you have a small down payment, you had a really hard time getting qualified over the last, you had a fine time getting qualified. You had a hard time getting an offer accepted over the last 2 years because you had sellers that wouldn't give you the time of day. Or if you had a home to sell and you wanted to buy another home, you had a hard time getting a seller to give you the time of day. Now is the time that sellers will negotiate. Now is the time to get seller credits, to do temporary buy downs, to get you that lower rate in the short term. Because in 12 to 36 months, when I believe interest rates are going to come back down, we're going to see the competition come right back. There are not enough homes out there that have been built for the number of people that want to rent or own, and household formations is continuing to increase. The number of people who move into a house without vacating another one. So you're 18 years old and you graduate, you move into a house, you didn't vacate your parents' house, they stayed there. Or you get divorced. That's moving into a house without vacating the other house because your ex stayed there. Household formations are on the rise because of generations. And we've got a huge shortage of homes because builders have slowed down their building. So now is the time to take advantage of the market, and a temporary buy down is the way to keep the payment manageable in the short term. So check out my video on temporary interest rate buy downs. Check out my video on how I can help you negotiate to get the right deal. Check out all my videos, subscribe to my YouTube, like, share, and click that notification bell. Have a great weekend. Call me if I can help you out, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.